applause for the broads out there. I was so trying to host this thing, but I was just like, oh, fun, they can use the word broad and have it not refer to my resume. Yes, so I'm an unemployed librarian, actually. And I created StandUpLibrarian.com in June 1st of 2020 when I graduated, because I just thought, well, the hiring freeze started. And I thought it was a great way for me to show my talents and my passion for libraries to people, hoping to get hired. 4 years later, I'm still unemployed. But based on that article, if you saw that, I'm probably the busiest unemployed librarian you'll ever meet. I'm also a designer, as you can see. I do all literary fashions at Stand-Up Librarian Design. But what's crazy is that, I grew up going to the library. I loved the library, but it's weird when your life starts to resemble one of your favorite children's books. Yeah, it happened. Yeah. Do you guys remember the Choose Your Own Adventure books? They started off with a mystery and then it had 30 different endings. Yeah, I'm currently in the mystery called Meredith Decides to Be a Librarian. Starts off something like this. Congratulations, you just got your master's degree in library information sciences. Turn to page 2 to work at the library. Turn to page 4 to work at Applebee's. Well, I just spent the last 4 to 5 years trying to get this library degree. Maybe I should turn to page 2 to work at the library. Sorry, there are no library jobs. You're now a waiter at Applebee's. Oh, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. Oh, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. He couldn't get away. But I love story time, guys. I love it. I used to go to the St. Petersburg main library there on Saturday mornings, and the librarian would read to you. It was so great, story time. I just think it's sad that when you're an adult, story time becomes book club. Like we have to read to ourselves now. Please. You know what? Maybe if I was read to, I would be happy and know it. I'll tell you what's going to happen tonight. You are going to be read to. Yes! Check it out, check it in, let me begin. Reading is a win, balance that's a sin. I will turn sacks up, picture better back up. Try and play the role and the whole sack will act up. Get up, stand up, come throw the books up. If you got the feeling, jump across the ceiling. You listen to the band book, so it's like a double normal. And then I'll take a book home, read it, follow press on the I got more rhymes, your lungs got charm. What do I love is marshmallow hot. I get one of my pills, have a hop on my pot. I can't get down, I can't get down. Get out your books, do it around, do it around. Do it around. Do it around. Take choice and do it lay down. Choice, 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 choice. 12 amazing women in the community that are all going to be reading to you from a variety of different humorists. From stand-up comics to funny writers to comedians of all genres. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. I hope you enjoy yourselves. The power of tools is a curious thing. Make a one man weep, make another woman sing. Say in the door, I love for. More than drilling, that's the power of tools. Thank you so much for coming and donating money tonight to support Girls Inc. of Pinellas. So that's where it's going. We're all donating our time tonight and offering some amazing raffle items just so these young women will continue to be inspired and motivated by all of us. I mean, that's kind of why I think it's funny in the article in the Times that Stephanie did. I am slightly embarrassed that the photo they chose to use was in my bedroom and with the title over it, Do It Yourself. I've had so many part-time jobs, and I'm actually writing a book about it right now. I've had 35 jobs in just pursuing my library degree alone. I was a valet attendant in LA for a company called Valet Girls.
didn't know how to drive stick. But I tell you what, I use the library for a lot of things, but let me just the words to wise. Yeah, you can't learn how to drive stick from a book. But you can practice on someone else's Lamborghini. There's a roller to pay that rain. I need a plunger to clear that drain. It's tough and it's sudden and it's cool sometimes, but you might just see sometimes. That's the power of tools. Did I tell you we have free stuff tonight? Yeah. Librarian loves free stuff. This right here is going to be our first raffle items tonight. It's a Batman comic for kids, I think, for young. Well, I'm an old kid and I wanted it bad. Did you guys know that Batgirl is a librarian by day? Oh yeah. Yes. So I'm a huge fan of Batman. So we're going to go ahead and give out that to one of y'all, or three of you, actually. Gina B's out here. So I hope everybody, what? Oh, let me tell you, oh, sorry. I forgot we had the author here tonight. Gina! I'm also going to give out one of my items. I am a literary fashion designer, as I said. I do literary fashions. I do cosmetic bags, purses, headbands, hats, everything. And they're in the back. My mom and dad are back here on my table. If you want to say hi later. So this is one of my book purses, my book cosmetic bags. So let's see. 588085. If it's a guy, I think my girlfriend. That's you? Congratulations. What? You won already? So give it to somebody else. She doesn't like it, people. Let's see who the next winner is. Tell you what, guys, I'm supposed to read next. I'm just going to read briefly because I know it's getting late and I'm going to be performing again for you, and I'd rather give the time to my fellow ladies. But I do want to say, Paula Townsend, just a note on that. When I started stand-up librarian in 2010, she's a huge advocate for libraries, and she was my very first interview. She ran me an interview as a stand-up librarian in Washington, D.C. at the National Library Conference, and it's on my YouTube channel. So I love Paula Townsend. She is just tremendous. But I actually, as a comedian, get compared most of the time to two redheads, because apparently we all look the same. Number one would be Sandra Bernhard, who I love. And I heard about her when she used to hang around with Madonna when they were friends. And I've seen her many, many times, and I got a chance to see her in New York when I lived up there, and she gave me comedy advice. She said, "Good luck, honey." Good luck, baby. And then I saw her one-woman show when I was living in LA, and this was just before I moved back, so 2011. And this is actually a book from her personal collection. It's a first edition. And she wrote to Meredith, "Love and Kisses, Sandra Bernhard." Okay, so nothing special. But she did tweet me afterward and said, she knew I was a librarian. She said, "Good baby, we need more of those." So she is fabulous. But anyway, Confessions of a Pretty Lady. I almost didn't bring it because I didn't want anybody to spill coffee on it. Mostly me. And then I also get compared with Kathy Griffin. Can you see it? And I used to not even have bangs. But I get compared to these two, but I think they're fabulous. And Kathy Griffin, we used to do, I was a celebrity publicist back in New York, so I used to do a lot of celebrity humor. And so people would always be like, "Oh, Kathy Griffin." So now I'm basically like the librarian Kathy Griffin. But I still have a lot of respect for her because she's one of those people, and I think this book is really, really good, guys. It tells you how hard it is to make it, and then once you make it, you still don't make it. There's a part in there which I'm not going to read tonight, but it talks about after, literally right after Suddenly Susan was over, of which she was a supporting character on there, and she did a tremendous job. And everybody's like, "Oh, you're going to be the next Seinfeld, we're going to get you a show like Seinfeld." And then nobody would return her calls, like just 2 days after. So it's tough. But I'm just going to read literally a paragraph, and then I'm going to introduce the next person. But really, check this out. This chapter is chapter 6, To Live and Bomb in LA. Why do I make fun of Hillary Swank? After I couldn't seemed to cut a break after working my butt off for nearly a decade, hearing Mrs. Boys Don't Cries, I moved here and slept in my car for 4 days with my mom. Sob story, all those years later, just chafed my ass. I wanted to reach into the screen when she unloaded that poor meat crap on Oprah and slap her in the face. Cry me a fucking river, Hillary. You saw her in a Karate Kid movie at 19 and win 2 Oscars by 30. Go fuck yourself. I was banging guys in donut shops. Tried being an extra, going to Santa Monica City College acting classes and bored housewives, working as a Kelly tent girl, and doing endless method exercises where you're pretending to hold a cup of coffee until you sweat because you really believe it. Then talk to me. If somebody had said, okay, you can either do it the way you did it, or you can lift your mom in a Toyota for a year and it's filled with your feces, I'd take the poop car, not an issue. And don't even get me started on my yodeled in the van, boo-hoo jewel. How horrible. I bet you liked winning that Grammy by 25. So, I think she knows that I'm out there, and maybe one day we'll meet. But it's tough. I've had a tough road. It's been 12 years, and I literally do love being a literary comedian because it's when I feel alive. And I don't know. We'll see what happens from here. But like I said, I love Kathy Griffin.
Right, come along without mom and building. That ain't nothing but library building. Hey, little thing with a lot of middle. So Raven, it's sure hard to hang out anymore.
I'm going to introduce our next reader tonight, who's reading Mindy Kaling, who's on The Office, and also has her own show called the Mindy Project. I was an extra on The Office, and I saw her. I did a one-woman show off Broadway in 2003 in New York, and Mindy was doing her show called Matt and Ben, where she played, I believe, Ben Affleck or Matt Damon, one of them. Anyway, she's famous, I'm not.